Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talk Scottish Football, episode number 53.
We're getting there.
It's took ages, we're getting there.
I just said that before it started.
It's going to line up perfectly, innit? With
stars are going to align.
The title celebrations and all the rest of it, 55.
They've been and went now.
No, but like the action.
Oh, there's another one, isn't there?
Well,
so I can stand for that. That's very poor. Social distancing, lockdown rules, all that carry on. Done it once, I can't do it twice, surely, Ryan. That would be very,
30
very
days.
It's 30 fucking days.
Well, that's after the restrictions are lifted and such, innit?
Considering there's like fuck all left to play for the season apart from the cup, it does feel like the season's fair dragging out towards the end.
It's like, do you know what? That's what somebody raised a point to it, and I don't know if you would agree. I seen this point, like the start of the season feels like 2 minutes ago, but at the same time it feels about fucking 10 years ago. Like it's dragged in, but it's flew in.
I feel like Neil Lennon's been away for ages now.
Aye,
I know.
Neil
That's
Lennon,
mad,
Yeah.
Aye, I feel like Neil Lennon's been gone for ages. I feel like Rangers won the league yonks ago. All these different, like you can pinpoint all these points in the season. Now I feel like either I
The
don't
film
know.
were good yonks ago. Yeah.
I know that's
flying away from us now.
That's sad, isn't it? You got to get it.
No, maybe.
Try more, mate. Anyway, we've got a decent show today, of course. This weekend it's time for the fourth derby of the season. Celtic yet.
What round is this? Fifth round?
The fourth
Fourth,
round.
mate, so last 16.
So we're almost in May, and it's only the fourth round of the cup. This season's fucked, man.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because this would normally be played in
February, yeah.
February time.
We're living in a simulation.
Yes, it's all a bit
But the
mad.
simulation is almost over. We're at the end of the tunnel, almost.
Luckily for
Have
you.
you got your places booked for the pubs, boys?
No.
I'm very excited about the gym, to be honest, and
Hey.
get the beefer.
See, I'm
Extreme weight loss.
Are you going to
Pending.
vlog
Aye.
it?
Vlog it, mate. I need to
Yeah.
lose about 17 stone, so...
Don't be too harsh. 17 stone. Let's get.
I'll come with you and I'll make it like 34 stone.
There you go, boom. Easy.
Anyway, as much as we're having a good time and all this, it's time to talk football. We're going to start off. I want to start off with something that's a bit, it's not quite what people might expect us to start off with. But I want to talk about that. What are you looking at?
No, sorry, it's just you've gone from a nice jovial start into a serious tone. I need to get myself ready.
No, he's just at his bed 5 minutes ago. Glenn Kamara.
fucking
I feel
UEFA,
like we should start here and get out the road.
Kieran Trippier got 12 games for gambling.
Yep.
Aye, and also it was a big Rio. He got 8 months for missing a dope test.
Yep, that's right. And here we have Glenn Kamara getting a 3-game suspension.
Cadell getting 10.
For standing up to racism.
So standing up to racism is worth 30% of the charge of racism.
And yet they try yet they walk around with the banners on their.
But they do a cool advert with all the big stars saying
exactly,
no to racism. So it's
that's
fun.
where they've not really stood up to racism at all. They've gave it a ban that's just absolutely pathetic, and it'll be over soon. Like it could be over in 6 weeks or so. So that's not a ban for racism.
The main positive in terms of punishing the player, and the only positive I can see is he's going to miss the Euros. So get up.
But it's not even about what he misses.
I know exactly. But yeah, it's like that's the only positive light that comes for this. The fact that he's missing such what should be a prestigious moment for him for his actions, I suppose. But
would you the shite bag even have travelled to Glasgow for that? I'm not convinced.
Mate, to be fair, he tried to. Aye.
Did he go to London for the Arsenal game?
No, he didn't. He says he was.
He shafted gone to Wales as well.
Aye, but he played Wales though.
I did because
Bale elbowed him, aye. But they put out a statement basically saying he wasn't travelling. Then all of a sudden he was getting knocked out of Bale. That was class for Bale though, let's be honest.
But I think
he checked him too.
Yeah,
totally had a look.
It's another sad moment in UEFA's kind of disciplinary measures. It just sums up the whole organisation as a whole. I think for years people have complained about both UEFA and FIFA and how they handle things and when it comes to matters like this and then other matters. I don't know what it's going to take for somebody to run.
It will take Kylian Mbappe to be racially abused, I think, or a Neymar, or a Paul Pogba. I think so.
But that's the thing, it happens to these guys every day on their social medias. Maybe not in the park, it happens every day.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but it'll take an incident like that on the park.
On the park kind of thing.
Remember the Luis Suarez Patrice Evra incident? If that happened now, there would have been a more serious punishment than what's been given.
Is that about, do you think money's a part of this? And
well,
you're saying obviously a higher calibre player.
If say happens to Paul Pogba, right? If Man United go more into UEFA, they're going to take it more seriously than Rangers go to UEFA. That's just a fact. Like it or not.
Because you're the press,
money, press, the size
of
the club, everything, all the pressure, and that's just the way UEFA are. They wouldn't want to piss off one of the big boys. Well, and it's just ridiculous that that's even a thing. But I'm convinced that would be a factor.
Well, we've had Alex Dyer come out and say it's a disgrace. UEFA have done the minimum they could do it, and think they've just ticked a box and move on. Everyone will just stop thinking about it. Glenn, Kamara, Steven Gerrard and Rangers conducted themselves very well. They said we'll fight this every day. If this was on the street or in any other workforce, Cadella would be sacked, but instead it's just been swept under the carpet. I think that's the best way to put it, because it feels like for as much as we've been speaking about it, we've been having very open, honest conversations as to how you tackle these sort of things. UEFA Slavia Prague as well. Have took very little to do with it. It feels like just very minimal interaction.
Is like a Slavia Prague? Are they appealing this? Because I'd imagine they would do. I've not actually followed.
I think Cadell has done a statement where he still rejects the claims of racism, but also apologises at the end and says that he shouldn't have done what he done. So I don't know exactly where he's coming from there. Exactly. I always just think you can see it all other faces.
Oh, listen, we said
seriously. See, his team is just put out Rangers to get into the quarterfinals of Europa. And you could tell with his face, mate, when Gerrard was coming on the park, he wasn't involved in the celebrations at first. He knew he'd done something wrong, and it was written on his face. The fact that now UEFA have found him guilty, they've been given enough evidence to find him guilty, and that's their charge. It's just embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, and you only need to watch a 10-15 clip of what happened, and you can anyone with a decent, common sense can make their mind up then. It's just so obvious what happened. Mad, and I said it at the time when we did I think that must have been the last show we did with you. Actually, it was just after that. Now that I think about it,
I think so.
Yeah. And we said at the time that although it's not a case of going, oh, we're grey over here, we don't have racism. That's totally not the case. But it does seem like the vast majority in Scottish football now are kind of standing up in terms of like, the way they're reacting to this. You see it constantly now. Everyone's like, fuck Slavia. Like, related the whole Scottish football pretty much by the odd band pot, and you compare it to like a country like the Czech Republic who are clearly fucking nowhere near in a position to be tackling racism. We're clearly making steps, but also still work to be done here as well.
Well, we'll see what happens if appeals go out and.
I don't think
I believe Kamara was given a 5-match ban that was then appealed to a 3.
Really?
Aye. So half, 50% actually.
50%.
It would have been.
So the reason for, correct me if I'm wrong, the reason for Kamara's ban is the conduct for after the game, innit?
Again, something along the lines.
I think when I read it was something about physical.
But it'll be interesting.
Physical altercation.
It's interesting to see where UEFA have taken the proof from. Well, I don't know, because it's not obviously it wasn't on TV, so. Did an away for a fish? Did the ref see it? There must be a report that comes out that details all this, because I've not.
Yeah, but they need to reveal more details. I'd like to understand the decision-making process behind this and how these suspensions are given out. Yeah. As we can only do is wait, and every day, of course, tackle racism whenever we see it. That's all we can really do. So we'll move on to a more positive note. We'll move on to the Scottish Cup fixtures this weekend. It's always an exciting time. Funnily enough, our first ever show, David.
That's the second year in a row I'm filming have not been in the fourth round of the Cup. I'm so sad.
Last year you won in the third round, no?
No, we got put out in the third round.
I thought you were knocked out in the second round.
I don't think we go in as early as the second round. We went in the third. No.
You sure? Because I'm sure our first ever show was a third round preview, and Dunfermline weren't in it. I'm almost certain that the first show
it was a fourth round.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
because it was January.
Championship team, we don't got in the second round.
Oh well, I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I'm now going to Google this
because I'm sure the first show was in January, and January is the third round.
Aye.
And if I'm right, then you're not only there. And
I'm going to be very embarrassed.
I'm sure it was. It
was the third round.
So you got knocked out in the third round. Okay, my apologies.
I was there, mate. I fucking remember.
Well, calm down, right?
Going down to Stranraer to see that. I don't think we had a shot.
Some of us only know.
So now we're bottom of League One and hadn't won a game in 10, and we had no shots on target.
Some of us only know about winning Scottish Cups. So.
Listen, you just piped out.
Let me do the
winning things.
Yeah. Look, we'll start off with a big one this weekend because it's what everybody's going to be clicking on to see. It's what everybody wants to watch, and it is about the derby game once more this weekend. Celtic Rangers. Ibrox is the venue once more. Dev, confident?
Looking forward to it, mate. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The league's been and gone now, so games aren't really. You're not getting up for them as much, league games wise, but now there's something to play for. Scottish Cup's obviously still a big competition. It would be a great achievement if Rangers could go on and do a double, but first they need to get past Celtic. For me, it's around a 16. I'd rather get Celtic out of the way.
It's going to happen at some point.
Exactly.
Look, if you're going to have to play Celtic.
Exactly. So it's coming. We've got home advantage as well. It's known like the semi-finals, for example, and then it would be at Hampden. So you've got to be confident. Rangers have been good. Without probably being their best in the last two.
Aye.
You were saying obviously Celtic were
the
better team
Celtic
in
were the
last
better team,
one.
but Rangers have managed to.
But Rangers won again. The league was won, so it's going to be so interesting to see now that it's competitive. What happens?
The first point you made there is, I think, the most interesting point for me. The enjoyment of the last couple derby games have been just sucked right out of it because the league's gone.
The last one was shit.
Yeah, the last one, we were talking about this before we came on. It was a terrible game of football. It was like, as much as Celtic you could say were the better team, it wasn't like it was entertaining to watch it. It was a bit shit, really. Yeah, it was a bit when I look back on it. But the most entertaining part is the fact that competition should be in this game, and there is something to play for. We play again at Ibrox 2 weeks later in the league, and once again that game will just feel like a dead rubber. It'll feel like nothing. But this cup game, It suddenly has me up for the battle again. It has me, as you usually scream in the streams, we've got the battle fever on. That's it, and you sing it. That's how I feel. I'm quietly confident going into this game because there is something for the team to play for, and if they understand that they need to right the wrongs of this season, then surely you turn up at Ibrox at the weekend. Surely. And look, we played well against Livy. So I'm feeling, Livy, I know, but it's good to see because we came back to this international break. Celtic have had 2 decent performances now. We've had James Forrest back in the team, and for as much as it's only Falkirk Livy, it does make a difference.
Yeah.
Puts it in your confidence that you can do this.
Yeah, Forrest's a big addition, shows how much they missed him, which is mental considering the criticism he normally gets when he's available and playing. I've always found it bizarre.
What's happened with Forrest then? Did he not limp off?
Well, John Kennedy was on the radio on Tuesday night, so now we're on Thursday and we've had no official words. On Tuesday night he said he only went off because of stiffness,
right.
So they're going to evaluate him. And I think that on Tuesday we say we'll evaluate him over the next 48 hours, so I imagine we'll hear at some point today if he's going to be fit or not. But he said it's
natural
just
over the time he's been out though.
Yep.
Only
said,
2 games back.
Said so apparently Forrest felt stiffness in his back down to his hamstring. It was like
just a precautionary, take him off kind of thing.
He's James Forrest is an interesting one. I'm sure we'll talk about this in shows down the line, but with the news that the Euro squads are getting bumped up to 25-26, he will, I'd imagine, almost definitely go now if he keeps himself fit as a wild card almost for Steve Clarke. So I just think with the extra, so what we've had 23-man squads. The last 2, you're thinking Turnbull was a big omission. I think Forrest will definitely come into consideration.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if it's just too far down the line now, man, and there's not enough.
How many games are left?
It also
this
depends
season?
if he's able to get himself back to that fitness in it.
If he goes in a run and scores a couple of goals, I think he'll be another shout. Just in terms of a sort of world option.
I think he's a dead on to go, and that's not just because I think Steve Clarke. Number 1 rates him very highly.
Has his favourites.
Who comes out then?
Nobody, because it goes from a 23 to a 25.
Ultimately as well, McBurney I think is going to miss the Euros.
Yes.
So
it'll be Nisbet. I think it'll be Nisbet, Dykes and Adams. I would be amazed if they're not 3 strikers at this point. I'd be amazed.
So but Forrest being back in the team does a lot for Celtic, so it makes for an interesting view. And Celtic finally, and it's not one of the ones I'm using as excuses, but Celtic kind of finally get to play their strongest 11 against Celtic. They get to play a fit 11 against Rangers, and a fit 11 against Rangers, which is ultimately what will give a lot of Celtic fans a bit of hope this weekend, because it is the first time we'll get to see that.
I don't know a clue where this way is going to go. I mean, the last 2 games Celtic have been better, but Rangers were god awful, I thought, in the last 2, and I can't see them being any worse. I think the last one I can understand, they were just completely exhausted. I thought last time, emotionally, physically, mentally, from the Thursday night that followed. They didn't look at it the time before that. Celtic, I thought it was Lennon's Old Firm game. He got it tactically right that day with the press and stuff like that at Diamond, but I can't see Rangers being this bad again in an Old Firm game. It doesn't go with what we've seen from Gerrard's Rangers in terms of.
Well, that was going to lead on nicely my next question, and you can cut out on this. I was going to go to Div, but now that you're on the subject, can Rangers, and they've been fantastic as we know, and they've been incredible, undefeated. They might even finish the season undefeated. Can they put that kind of cup pressure they seem to fall under behind them? Can they finally move out of the way? Because they had the chance against St Mirren in the League Cup to go and make themselves. They were the favourites, and they had the chance to progress and probably go and win that cup, and then St Mirren beat them.
I think it's perfect game for Rangers.
And they've not been at Hampden. When was the last time Rangers played at Hampden?
A couple of years ago, mate.
Yeah, you're talking quite a while.
Played Celtic in the Betfred Cup final.
Oh, sorry, I know, that's right.
Semis against Hearts.
Scottish Cup, they've not had a lot of luck, and it seems like Stephen Gerrard's Rangers have failed at the hurdle too many times now. But is this a Rangers team that are now ready to overcome that, even since the space of St Mirren to now? And that goes to both of you, because of course you're a Rangers fan, you know better
than me. It's the next step in the Rangers progression, I think, is to go win a cup now. I mean, they've done the first. Listen, when Gerrard got the job, first thing is you've got to win a league title, you've got to stop at 10. That was ultimately the objective. The next step of the progression is a cup to go with that. I mean, they've done Europe as well. They've done well in Europe. If they can go win a double, so I keep saying this to you about next season and stuff. I think whoever gets Celtic job's going to have a big task stopping Rangers, because Rangers, this team for me are still early in their progression as this Rangers team. This is kind of like, I don't think they're as good as they can be. I think they can get better. If they can go win a double this year, that's massive for Gerrard. I mean, who was the last Rangers manager to win the double? I mean, Walter Smith would it be? Yeah, so that, I mean, you're talking about.
It wasn't fucking Stuart McCall, was
it?
So yeah, I mean, I think it's a perfect game for Rangers. I can't see them being as poor as they have been, but undoubtedly Celtic have improved under John Kennedy. They're starting to look a little bit fitter. They're looking better in front of goal. Players like Elyounoussi starting to get into some form. Edouard's in form. Turnbull's in form. So it's set up to be a really decent game. I just hope it doesn't disappoint.
Well, I guess this will be a big test for John Kennedy to see whether he's up for it or not, or if he's capable to maybe set him up and maybe being that Celtic manager. I don't know if we're too far down the line. I know you're right in the how camp, but
if he wins the cup and Howe doesn't get it, I think Kenny will get it. If Howe doesn't get it,
I think so. I know he's been the project, he's been the person that Celtic have tried to bring through and such. So we'll see. This will be a big test for them.
Kennedy can get the job, but he certainly, well, he can't. Obviously, can, but in the eyes of the Celtic fans, he can't be the next manager. But if he wins this cup, then it certainly changes the discussion in the Celtic boardroom. Just to very quickly touch on that before we finish up on the Derby talk. Still confident Eddie's a man.
It wouldn't be a Scottish football show like talk about Eddie Howe for extended period of time. It's done.
It's done. I'm telling you, it's fucking done.
Telling me it's done for ages.
Stephen McGowan, you hear him last night?
No.
Conversations are very relaxed. He was on Super Scoreboard.
Because Eddie Howe's waiting for a job down south.
Not very relaxed. It looks as though it's only a matter of time.
They're waiting for Peter Grant to get relegated with Alloa first before they...
Well, I don't know. The main talk is it's Richard Hughes that's the one through the door, and he wants through the door. So I think it's a matter of time until he accepts or whatever. Like, telling you, it's done.
So do you think Celtic are going to win this game though at the weekend?
Look, let's get to the predictions. Let's get to the juicy part. I'm confident. I'm quietly building a sort of confidence in the
team. Would you concede that Rangers are favourites?
Of course, Rangers are favourites. Especially with being at Ibrox. There's no doubt about it that Rangers are favourites. I think that would be fair to say.
I can't predict a draw.
With the way with the way that things have went this season, I don't think there's any reason that you can turn around and say Celtic are the favourites. Rangers, of course, favourites. But for me, under Kennedy, we have shown that we're getting better. Players are getting more confident. You can even look to players like Stephen Welsh, who every week is just getting better and better. Signed a new contract this week as well. So do you know what? I'm feeling it. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm feeling it. First thing came to mind.
Look, I will not be surprised if come Sunday afternoon I will be in tears. But
I think Rangers' home form has been impeccable so far. Domestically as well, I think 17 wins out of 7, conceded 3 goals. So even that game Celtic came to Ibrox, they were really, really impressive with the press, but ultimately Rangers still won the game. So as you said as well, Rangers haven't been great in the last 2 games. I'm looking for in this game them to play their full potential and hopefully go out there and get a victory. If I'm going to stick my neck out in the line, I see a 2-0 victory Rangers, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the bollocks. But I don't think 2-0's a terrible prediction, is it?
You're saying you might be crying. You'll be crying win, lose or draw if win or lose. Because if you
win,
you'll be Scott Brown. Scott Brown.
Well, we've not won it yet.
No, no. Well, listen.
But that's obviously a big factor as well. Scott Brown. He will not let us lose this game, Davey.
He's just let.
He will not let
He's just let them lose the league title because he let them lose the league title. Yeah.
No, well, listen.
He thought, fuck it.
Well, it's Sorrow's fault actually because he took Brown out, so you can use that.
Oh, I know. They're all back in the Brown count. Brown shouldn't play for Celtic again. Me Sorrow's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Well, actually, just to get a fucking sniff now. No,
I think that's a.
You said at the weekend when Brown was playing, that's the strongest team. Well, you changed your fucking tune.
That's mad.
Listen to me, right?
I knew this would happen.
Listen just now. I think me and the majority of Celtic fans that I have seen on social media would agree that Sorrow probably should be in that team. He should be.
So just because Brown's leaving, he should play?
No, because Brown's not put a foot wrong the last 4 or 5 games. He's been really good. So it's a kind of weird... Because you can't play both of them. You can't play Brown and Sorrow. That's not going to work. Right. So you've got to play one of them. And it's a very weird position to find yourself in because Brown is leaving, but he's also playing well.
Can it be that Sorrow's not as good as you thought he was?
No, he's still a good player. Yeah. Brown has been really good the last 4 or 5 games. So where do you go? Because if he was playing badly, of course.
I didn't think actually not last Old Firm game. I thought Brown was one of the better players in the park.
He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant.
Where do I go from here? I don't have a clue. I think there'll be goals in it anyway. I watched. This is the second one I've got to watch this season. I've missed all the others. So I'm hopeful that it'll be a decent enough game. I think there'll be goals. I can't see Celtic not scoring. I think they're good goals.
So you're looking forward to watching it with me having a drink in there.
You won't be here. You'll be Stevie, will you not?
Not be here.
Oh, fuck.
I think under 2.5 is a good shout.
You think so? I don't.
The last 3 games
I've got 2 in my head.
2.5.
I've got 2
I
each
don't
in my
see
head.
it, mate.
I've got 2 each. I've got 2 each.
I'll tell you why under
the
2.5.
Rangers scoreline at home this season's been like 2-0. That's been like the dead on one. They're not conceding a lot of goals.
Under 2.5 is a safe bait to take because I feel like Alan McGregor, man. How the fuck do you put the ball past him this season? How do you put the ball past him at this point? He's been annoying me the last few derby games. We used to do look, years gone by, we scored goals for fun. Certainly, You know, this
He's better now than he was 10 years ago.
It wasn't him when you were putting the goals in for fun. Remember, you need to remember that.
Yeah, it was,
when did he sing back?
Wes.
So who was
League One Wes.
that's right.
League One Wes,
That's right.
Right,
Big
let's do a
Wes.
prediction here. I was kind of hoping I'd get away from it. I'm going 2 each and Rangers won next time.
Why do you just want to go for a draw at a time?
Because I think it will be a draw.
Really?
Yeah, 2 each. I've got it in my head. And I think Celtic will tie. I think Rangers' fitness will be better.
So that means he's gone 2-0 90 minutes Rangers.
So
Get the bet on the screen, get his bet on the screen.
The reason I'm going 2 each, I honestly don't have a fucking clue.
Is that a fucking fence in behind there? Is that a fence you're sitting on?
A fence?
Aye.
A fence? No, it's a stool.
Alright.
It's like a stool
I
that
thought
you're
it was a
sitting on.
fence he was sitting on.
Oh, him?
Aye. Is that when you're the heat or what? Sitting on the fence, man.
Ah,
You're going to be going, what the fuck are you on about?
What is the IQ here, man?
Oh my god.
Oh,
I can't believe that just went both.
You wonder why we don't fuck it up, though.
the 2 years are like that. Lying about it.
How's you haven't got a fucking fence?
That's used to me, there's a fence. Always got to go up it.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Celtic. That's my score prediction. I think that we're going to see something late, dramatic, and perhaps by a baldy gentleman. I'm not going to predict Brown to score. That's too.
Do we even have a ball player? Rangers?
Where's Nicky Law when you need him?
I know.
Is there a ball player?
I don't think
Roof?
so.
Roof's bald.
No, he's got hair.
Oh, has he got hair?
Aye.
I thought he was bald.
Terrible.
Well, he's a wee bit thin on the top right
Aye,
now.
but we're not there, you know.
I'm doing alright at the top.
So Matty, a fair bit.
Damn.
You know.
I'm away, man. So 2-1 is what I'm going for. Is that it? That wraps up anything you
Gary
think?
McAllister. Go for bench.
Oh,
I've got
by
him.
the way.
We've got him, mate.
If it goes to pens, get Gary Mark on.
You're a big fan of Gary.
No,
Mark.
that's the thing is, I think the first goal will be so important. Like, you see it in the league as well. Like, the first goal in Scottish football is so important.
It's
So,
massive.
whoever can get that.
But as as Ian Crocker always says, it's unpredictable on Derby Day. You don't know what form goes out.
It's Derby Day in Glasgow.
So we'll just wait and see. It's going to be exciting. Stay tuned to the channel for the recap.
Who do you think will be in the studio pre-match? Boydie and Andy Walker?
No, it won't be because there's no
Premier.
standings.
Oh, so it'll be
Premier, so it'll be
Sutton
Alan
and Coisty.
Could
maybe.
it- Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
That's nice.
Aye.
Stephen Craig on commentary.
I'll be interested. This will be the first time.
I'm hoping it's sunny as well, looking out there the now. Wait a minute, is that Ibrox you can see all there actually? That's a Glasgow Eye, innit?
On a clear day, you probably could see it right enough.
Did you pick this flat intentionally?
Away you go.
See Ibrox?
Out.
That's disgusting.
Right.
I love that.
Okay, we'll move on. Right, I'm just going to go in order of what Google.
It's a big deep breath.
So
There.
that was a deep breath. You know, I've got clear lungs.
I've got an
now.
aura here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I came prepared.
So you want to take my hosting duties?
Yeah, when it comes to smaller teams, it is normally better when I do
What
the
are
hosting.
smaller teams?
Well,
I can read who St Mirren are playing.
Well,
at the weekend.
Montrose are in the cup, you know what you mean?
Yeah, but I can get that. We'll start with St Mirren and
Right, okay.
Inverness. We'll
Some
start
men
there.
are playing Inverness, you dumpling.
Oh, aye,
You
there.
dimpling.
Aye, there.
No, they're not.
Aye, there. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
It's not. Honestly, you've got the wrong fixtures.
How's that the wrong
You
fixtures?
have. You've got the wrong fixtures.
Look! Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, St Mirren Inverness.
No.
I'll let you and shite try to get me here at that. I said, was that your attempt?
That's a fence behind you, man.
Oh, okay. That's what it is now. Just winding
Fucking
you up.
hell, how'd you going, to be fair?
Ah, you did. I thought I was actually lying there. I was like, surely no.
Right, let's go. St Mirren Inverness.
I was like, surely Google has not done this.
I fancy Inverness here, by the way.
What?
You do?
You
St
should
Mirren,
Inverness
haven't they?
recently.
Have you seen St Mirren? But they've been decent.
No, they've been dropping points. Just been beat off Motherwell.
but,
Just get
you know,
dumped at the
it's-
top six.
Aye.
Some good. Aye, but I find it kind of stretch. It kind of fell
Inverness,
away
it must
from
be
them.
one
I
of
think it'll be a closer game.
Inverness is one of the
though.
form teams in the country just now.
Yep.
Flying, mate.
Jim Goodwin, St Mirren. You think he'll beat Jim Goodwin,
I
St
do,
Mirren?
yeah.
Really?
Still wouldn't be the biggest
Well,
club
of course.
I
shot
think
in the
St Mirren will go in as favourites, obviously,
Obviously,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
equalisation of form. Like St Mirren's are going down a wee bit, Inverness are coming up, so we'll see how
I
good
think,
Inverness
yeah,
are
Pressures
in
on
the
St
game.
Mirren as well.
Exactly.
Narrowly missed out in the top six.
They've also had they've also got the thing of not making the cup final, a bit for the cup final. That might be looming over them a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I think it's. I fancy Inverness. They're just a great form, and also they're playing really good football just now. Inverness.
I suppose maybe my
Listen, it would be a shock, but it wouldn't be a massive shock. I
No,
think.
well, I mean, of course,
There's bigger potential for
Neil
shocks.
McCann's been doing quite well.
He has been flying. Fair play to him, because I don't know anybody who thought he was going to do a good job in that.
They started a wee bit slow, and then now
Yeah.
they're doing really
I mean, they're going to beat us the top four, so.
I know.
You're just going to get top four.
No, to fucking hell. Me and Adam did it'll go up before we put this up, but we did a league prediction for the 3 games left, predict the final table. I put them from 6th.
Sick.
Oh,
Christ, you've got 3 decent games as well at the end
So-
of the season.
We can't win any of them.
aye,
We
draw,
can't win a game.
Draw.
It's no use if you can't win a game.
I know, but the 3 games you'd normally look at.
Everyone
and go,
keeps telling me
"Come on,
this, but
9
the
points
championship isn't like that. Though.
I know,
Every
I know,
game,
I know.
fucking look how tight it is, man.
here." I know, it's crazy. It's the
ridiculous.
fact that like,
If it was a 36 game season, we'd get relegated. That's how bad we are. It's so bad.
God
4th of November, no, 20th of November, we went top of the league after beating Hearts to the telly. Since then, guess how many games we've won?
1,
No,
2,
more than that.
3,
4. 4 games since the 20th of November. We've won 4 games. And we were top of the league at that point.
And you were good that night.
That is
I remember watching that. And
I just remember looking through the form the other night. Just
Free
it was all
fall.
green, and it's just been.
Anyway, fuck that. St Mirren Inverness. I think Inverness will win it. I just think they've
think
they've got the tails up. And also, I hope it goes next time. It tires them out, so they're fucked for Tuesday night. But
I think it might be a draw, mate, and then
Is that
St Mirren he maybe go through in extra time.
Okay, I like it.
I do fancy. I fancy St Mirren. I think they'll go through.
I'm guessing you two both think whoever wins the Old Firm will win the cup.
Yeah,
Of course. Is Kennedy bringing back the thunder?
Oh aye, bags of it, bags of thunder.
Thunder with a bucket.
Bags of it.
Right, we've got plenty of games to fly through. Let's get on to it.
Right, okay, so you right, Inverness.
No, Inverness, St Mirren. I only predict
I am
Inverness.
going St Mirren.
Okay,
An extra
you're going
time.
St.
I
Mirren.
get Bickles.
Motherwell and the mighty Greenock Morton.
Okay, let's talk about Morton really quickly. They're facing a hammer off the SFA because this was like a month and a half ago. They organised a friendly for trials and stuff, didn't tell the SFA.
Right.
So, well, firstly you've got to do that anyway, but also with COVID, there's an added fucking risk. So they didn't do a testing for it, I don't think. It was just like, they just chucked in a friendly without telling anyone, and it got found out, and the SFA are fucking hammering them for it. So I hope they throw the book at them, because...
So what kind of hammering are we looking at here? A fine? Because are they not letting a
but then I think it should be a fucking point seduction.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
You
No, hold on a minute here. Wait, they're
Mine's top 5.
no, that's
Morton
not to
not
do
coming
this.
up.
No, they're going to go down. They're in 9th just now.
Aye.
Imagine they'd have played a random friendly, right, and then there was a COVID spike off that, and then it fucked fixtures and fucked the league. I think that's fucking mad.
No, I agree.
So I just think it's mental. I don't think they won't get a points deduction because they're in a relegation battle and it would be too controversial, but I think they fucking should, to be honest. But hey, so that's news. Motherwell will beat them though. I think that Morton aren't very good, and Motherwell, I like Motherwell and Graham Alexander. I think they'll be good next season. I like what he's doing. I think he speaks well.
I think
they're
a wee bit hot and cold, aren't they? They get some really good results, then they get a fucking shocker, but they're starting to they pick up wins, which is the most important part.
And they were in trouble before he came in.
That's
That's the reason they got rid of Stephen Robinson. They were in big trouble.
They were in the same boat as Kelly.
I thought they were going to go down. I thought they were surefire to go down.
It's mental this season how like at points you've been convinced a team's going to go down.
It's been such a wild season at the bottom
like
of the table.
since we all thought Kelly were going to go down, they found some form there,
Yep.
and now it's looking like Aki's, but you can't fucking predict Aki surely.
No, they
Especially
are.
when Big Brian Rice get his contract.
Me and Brian Rice had a set 2 on FM last night.
Oh, aye,
He came out and
right.
called me out, so I'd go back at him. You can type
Aye, that's
comments
right.
in there.
What'd you call him? Oh, that's poor for you.
I just said fuck Brian Rice, but then it turned out that like the next game he could have relegated me, and I was like, oh fuck. But no, I stayed up. Sorry.
Big
Back to the box,
Chipper.
Big Chipper.
We never even spoken about Big Chipper because we've not got Hamilton here to talk about, but he did get a new contract.
Yes,
Um,
new rolling contract. He says
He owes a great debt of.
But the way he's
a great debt of
gratitude.
gratitude.
But the way he worded it made it sound like he was doing them a favour by staying on. I thought they were doing a favour by offering him a contract. I don't know. I mean, each to their own. But I was a bit surprised.
Maybe they can't.
I think he said in the radio as well that if it was any other club, they'd have probably been not the manager anymore. But because of the way Hamilton are, they top to bottom.
So they
they've
still.
kept them on.
I know we think they'll stay up because of Hamilton, but they've got a very big chance of going down.
No.
And then they obviously end up in a position of
It's
having
a
to
weird
back
one
them
with
from
Hamilton as well because they looked like they were doing really well, and then all of a sudden they get hit with injuries as happens, and the quality that comes into the place. Was it young Anderson for Aberdeen, and he was partnered with Ocampo. They go out, and all of a sudden, big Davy Moyles up front, and he's not Doug Emily, so he's.
And
they're still with David Templeton as well. David Templeton's been out this full time, massive.
Massive.
I think they're going down, by the way, but we'll leave it there.
Right, okay, fair enough. Right, okay, we'll move on to...
We'll take Motherwell then, I take it.
We'll take on to... Yeah, we'll take Motherwell. You've got to, surely. 4-4 against Dundee United.
See, Mickey Mellon's like the Doncaster job.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take it though, but...
He's been down, that's where most of his career's been down south.
Exactly, I wouldn't be shocked if he did take it because he's been so... He was manager of Tranmere for a good while.
Did well then,
then he was manager of...
That's where he came from.
Doncaster League
before
1.
that was League 1. So who was it before Tranmere?
It
was down south anyway. I wouldn't be shocked if he took it, but I think he'd be daft. I think Dundee United could do big things. I think if he...
There's a lot of talk on like Twitter and stuff that this might just be a natural part in the ways of the two, because I think he's done a reasonable job, but I do think United are flattered to deceive a little bit. I think they could have been a lot better, and I don't know if the fans are that keen on him being the man for next season to kind of propel him forward. I think it would be unfair to get rid of him, but it does feel like maybe it would be a natural time for them to part company. But we'll see. Yeah, Dundee United will win this game comfortably. I think that you'd be hard pushed to get a shock there. Yeah. Lawrence Shanklin loves a goal at 4-4.
Although they did struggle in the previous round, United, didn't they?
Yep.
Who was that against?
The beauty of the it was against. It was
Partick Thistle. That's who it was.
Was Thistle? Yes.
And there was a
Thistle.
howler for the referee.
Oh,
so
by the way, they were robbed. By
there
the way.
you go.
Well,
for a win in this.
Look, it's going to be interesting nonetheless because, as we know, teams like to create a bit of drama. Watford could do something. That's the beauty of these cup games.
Can I tell my Lawrence Shanklin 4-4 story?
There you go.
When Lawrence Shanklin was in Inferno, we played 4-4, I think won like 4-1, and he scored a fucking worldie of a volley, and it was snowing, and his celebration was a big pile of snow at the side of the pitch, just fucking like dolphin dived into the snow in front of the fans. It was fucking glorious. Good times, man. Back when we used to win games and score goals.
Back when you could go to the fucking games
yeah.
as well.
Just good times, man.
Bit
of a shit story, but
remember football games. Oh,
I know.
What a feeling.
I feel a bit rude because I'm fucking going to games all the time. But
I know actually.
I mean, it's not. It
really is not the same, brother.
No.
Especially when you're not winning, it feels like a fucking chore.
I know, you must hate it going through to see them draw every fucking week.
Yeah.
Just
to be honest, I still wouldn't rather be anywhere else. But
true. I mean, it's either that or here, since there's nothing else for you to do.
Yeah.
So, right, Kilmarnock Montrose once again. With the way that Kilmarnock have played the last couple games, you'd fancy Kilmarnock surely. Kill after he's been scoring. Tommy Wright's having a wee bit of a decent time as of late. So I think Kilmarnock is the team that I'd go for.
Montrose.
You think Montrose?
You think Montrose?
Really? You going for the shocker?
Oh,
Stuart Petrie's boys.
I
love
I know Montrose.
Nice
I think
was it Fraser
badge.
they put out in the last round, wasn't it? Full 2, I believe.
Cracking side.
They were getting beat 2-1 at one point. So
he's done his research.
I just had a good coupon on it, so that's.
I'm not a
I was keeping my eye on them.
Ages.
I got a coupon up last week.
My Scottish Cup coupon was rotten. Last year I won £400 in the third round. This year, fuck all.
Cup's on
One team fucked me for the Scottish Cup and it was Stranraer.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
I had them to beat Borough Rangers and obviously it was one each. But then they pumped them in extra time, so Stranraer don't sit nice with me.
I'm looking forward to a good sports scene this weekend.
Good sport.
Nice Saturday
I've not
sports
said
scene.
that since 2009.
But I love it. This is the only time I like a good sports scene is with the cup. You get a good sports scene with the cup. Loads of teams
what
on.
About that though, games like the Scottish Cup final and all that should be on BBC surely. Come on.
Scandalous.
Well, the final will be on BBC.
Well,
it'll be shared with Premier. That's
right,
what
well,
they do. For the final and the final one,
semis though as well.
But the shit thing about that is you want to watch the BBC because the BBC will have that stupid flipped camera angle where they'll be on the wrong side of Hampden.
No, they fixed that.
No, but when there's two camera crews there, BBC will have to go opposite.
The other side.
Just with distances and space and stuff.
Nightmare.
They did it for the Scottish Cup. They're on in December. The BBC were this side and the Premier were the other
That
side.
sounds right.
It's ridiculous. It looks so wrong. I just hate it.
I know, I hate it as well. It does my nut in. But as long as it's on the BBC for the final, so Stevie can watch it, you know. So Stevie doesn't have to pay extra money. You know, that's what matters.
Extra tenner in it.
Extra
For
tenner.
Premier, no thank you.
Anyway, I'm back in Montrose.
Bang Montrose. So we both gone for Kelly.
Aye mate, we're going for Kelly 4-0 against Denny in the last round.
Smart,
So.
2-1 Montrose.
Smart man. 2-1.
2-1.
Nah, I don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be the most entertaining of affairs.
I think there'll be goals by the way.
Do you think so?
Aye man, I think there could be goals.
I don't think so.
Montrose
Well, the last round, Kelly 4-0, Montrose 4-2,
So it'll
so
be a 2-0 to Kelly.
I'm going to 3-1.
St Johnson and Clyde. I'm gonna. St Johnson are gonna win the cup, so it's St Johnson.
Are you is that who you're batting to win?
I've been on this Callum Davidson hype train the whole time, and
yeah, I
I'm
know you
sticking
have.
on it.
But do you honestly think they're going to win 2 cups this season?
Yes.
Seems when Clyde not.
Manager of the year, Callum Davidson. 2 cups in top 6.
Oh, come on.
You tell me if you won 2 cups.
If he wins 2 cups, as I say, he's
still
getting a statue and put up for me.
Do
you know, but
he's not winning 2 cups.
For me, this is like the David versus Goliath cup game. This is the one that stands out to me.
Just because Celtic are going to win.
Well, the old fun could be that or not.
But if when Celtic beat Rangers, when Rangers beat Celtic, and then Rangers obviously are not going to win the cup, as we've discovered.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
St Johnson then naturally the team that win the cup. You know what I'm saying?
True, aye, no.
Yeah, it makes sense.
St
Johnson are a cup team, and Rangers aren't a cup team. We've been through this.
No, they're a league team.
Yeah, of course.
Aye.
Well, I'm going to go for Clyde.
Oh, shut up.
I'm joking. St Johnson to win. I don't see them winning the cup, of course. I wasn't even listening to you slag me there. I was just trying to find a quiz. I'm sitting there ingrained and getting the quiz. No, St Johnson, I think you'd be daft to beat otherwise. David Goodwillie, can he create damage?
Let's not talk
Why
about
not?
him, man.
We said we weren't talking about him on this show again. And you fucking brought it up.
But he is their top man.
Top man, you know.
It's an arse piece, but
how are you going to avoid talking about Clyde without talking about?
But I not talking about Clyde because dirty teams who like. No, I'm joking. Fuck him.
Get Danny Lennon on, remember? He
Oh,
played for the reserves.
But what happened to Danny Lennon, right?
Shipwreck.
Used to be a short back and sides,
Shipwreck.
nice dark
Was
hair.
that fucking
Now he's
Shipwreck?
like fucking Davy Jones.
You ever
What's
watched
going on?
Lost? He was on flight 815.
He's aged horrendous.
Who was the other one? It was
Castaway. That's what it's like. Have you seen that film Castaway with Tom Hanks?
Wilson
Full year on the desert island.
Who was the other one? there was somebody, because I remember Kieran Auld cracked the joke.
Another one.
Kieran Auld
Call
cracked
me right when he came back, to be fair, looked 10 years
there
younger.
was somebody that came back with long hair and started, and I remember Kieran Auld said, fuck's sake, he was on the same flight as Danny Lennon. I can't think who it is. There was somebody else that came back looking awful fucking different, awful trampy, you could say. I can't think.
Jordan Strachan's been looking a bit suspect recently.
Stratton, that was it. It was Stratton.
He's been looking very suspect.
Fucking
recently.
hell.
Is he still
The
director of
beard
football
and-
at Dundee?
Yeah.
He's a Park Heater there Saturdays, you know?
Aye. So he's got the beard and he's got the long silver hair.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
yeah, he's been needing a barber. So he's gonna be
Aye,
sorting
that's
himself out.
Aye, so
He's
Gordon
very,
Strachan,
I
that
get Nicola Sturgeon vibes off of Stratton.
was it. How the fuck do you get Sturgeon vibes off
Just
Stratton?
it's a ginger
Similar
locks,
height,
innit?
similar hair.
Aye, it's-
Similar wee. I was just saying nippy, but I'm glad I didn't.
Oh,
you did.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't. I used it in the context of not saying.
Did you just get her letter for your door yesterday?
No,
We're not her constituency.
Oh, he is not.
Are you?
Are you her constituency?
No,
just
she's
a-
like
just
Govan
be-
Hill and all that.
Aye,
South
she's
side,
Govan
she
Hill.
isn't she? Glasgow South side.
South side, right? Aye then.
No, well, no, she's Govan Hill.
But
She's
her
Govan Hill,
constituency is Glasgow South side.
Glasgow South.
Is it no?
I don't think I fall under that, but I got a mad letter.
We
Oh,
got-
no, just be
Oh,
vote
because
for
it's
his-
Scottish
aye,
elections.
Exactly,
Aye,
but just to
Scottish.
vote for his first
So you'll get
minister.
her through later on.
Just to vote for his first
We're
minister.
giving that a nice reading and interrogating it.
Interrogating it.
You're voting for Ruth Davidson, aren't you?
Oh, aye, of course.
She's
aye.
doing
Aye.
standing and he's voting for it. big powers, man, Ruth.
Is she?
I'm a film fan, yeah.
Is that not- is that
I told.
What?
not- Big Pars, man.
Is it not the linesman that's standing for
Douglas
the
Ross.
Aye.
But
Is
see,
he standing?
see, last
Ross.
last Parliament elections, I told my mum I was voting Tory because we were saving support the film, and she was fucking raging.
Oh,
funny.
he's standing. Absolutely standing.
Staunch Pars, man, some would say.
Big Pars, man. Looks like Cal McKenzie.
Is that the boy?
It's one of your pals.
Right.
One of your pals.
Is that the boy that comes on?
No, that's
No.
Cal Craig. that's
Mackenzie's occasionally on Celtic Thunder, but
Aye, he's on the Celtic Thunder
Right.
sometimes, aye. So we'll move on from the Ruth Davidson talk. Now we'll move on to Aberdeen against
where
London.
the fuck were we? I'm lost.
No, we're on the Aberdeen Livingston now. Aberdeen Livy.
Or as I like to call them, Aberdeen nil. Thanks, Duff.
I can't believe you've laughed.
One goal in 10 games, innit? Dave
I
Warner.
can't believe you laughed.
I mean, everyone used to get laughed
I
at
said that last week though, they end up winning. I'm like, there's no chance they beat St Johnston and then they end up
I think if Aberdeen played on film,
Your
it was
mates
boring
called
game
that,
of football ever.
Johnny Hayes.
Oh, Johnny, I know that's
Aye.
right. Aye, Johnny Scope.
Flying.
Johnny Hayes.
Could do with him this weekend.
I could do with him in the podcast, mate.
He's got a mad obsession with trainers. You see his Instagram?
Aye, oh, he loves
Loves
collecting
his
his
trainers.
shoes. Aye.
Who?
Right, well, Johnny Hayes loves collecting
Doesn't
shoes.
strike me as a fashion kind of guy.
A
Does it?
fashionista.
You know what I mean? He strikes me as a guy that wears like fucking,
Doesn't look like one, but
like I don't know
he
what.
certainly
I've
is.
never seen him in the
If
street.
you look at
though.
Johnny Hayes, what sort of shoes would you say he wears? I'd say he'd wear like
High top Jordans.
nah, you think so? He looks to me like
High top job.
High top Jordans.
No chance.
High top
You
Jordans.
think that's a
I see
look he
Johnny
gives
Hayes
off?
and big Balenciaga stompers. That's
Big
it. I see him
Balenciaga
and
stompers.
big
You
green
see
ones.
Sanchez?
Big bright green
I just
ones.
see him like a
Fucking
pair
Sammy
of,
Bebops.
just a wee pair of copas or something like nothing.
Pair of Astro Toughs.
Just ready for a game.
Cutting about a pair of Astros, just in case there's a kick about it.
Aye, exactly.
Johnny's all
He's absolutely a high
He's
top
getting amongst
Jordans,
it,
man.
but
High top
they're beating
Nikes. Like, see the ones that everybody used to wear back in like 2011, high top Nikes.
New Balances, I could see.
Pair of blazers.
Pair of Blazers.
Johnny Hayes still got the club New Balances from back in the
Puma
days.
sweats.
Puma Suede.
K-Swiss.
K-Swiss.
Fucking with the tongue and stuff like that. It flips.
New pair of cappers.
One size Celtic, one size Aberdeen.
What's the one that had
Depends what city he's in.
Kickles.
Kickles.
One green, one
Skechers,
red.
yeah.
Like fucking.
What football player do you reckon wears Doc Martens?
Ryan Kent.
Jackson Irvin.
No, Kenty doesn't.
Jackson Irvin. There you go.
They go.
Jackson Irvin.
Look at Jackson Irvin.
See,
Jackson
big
The
Irvin.
big long
See,
hair, you know,
he
the
does
Doc
give
Martens
me-
on. You
Captain
could see
Jack
him.
Sparrow
You could
vibes.
easily see him in the cat house, easily,
Aye.
or maybe
And Ryan
maybe
Kent.
Firewater. But no, I think Ryan Kent would.
Kent,
Aye,
no.
maybe Catty,
Kent,
maybe I
Kent's-
don't know. He's a
Kent's
bit of a weird
Kent's a
character.
golf.
Aye.
Kent's a golf.
Aye.
No, he's no.
Aye,
Do
he
you
is.
mind they asked?
Like a,
He is.
They mind
We all know
they
it.
I
asked.
don't know how to describe Kent, but he's not golf.
They asked Andy Halliday about this, right? Because he was talking about how he had a snake, and Slady went, "Is he a weirdo, Andy?" And Andy just went, "Oh, he's got a pet snake."
I'd
So-
say Kent for the
And
dog.
the hair, mind the wee hair he had
I
going
thought
on.
you said De Gea.
De
I
Gea.
thought you said De Gea. That's his job.
Nah, I'm not having this Kent slant. He's not golf, mate. He's not golf.
Pet
It's a bit
snake.
of an oddball.
Aye,
He's
pet
a mod.
snake. I'm on.
Aye.
He set the trend. So Aberdeen and Livy, as we mentioned.
So welcome to the Scottish Cup preview.
Here we
Who
are.
wears Doc Martens?
That's going to open the show.
I'm wanting your answers to the show. I've said Jack
Stevie
Brown.
May, he wears Doc Martens.
Stevie May, that's a shout. That's a shout.
Yeah, Stevie May.
May,
Everyone with long hair, basically. Looks a bit
Stevie
scruffy.
May wears the biker boots, the
The
ripped
whole
jeans,
lot,
the
the
leather
big black
jacket.
leather jacket and
He's
all
got
that.
it all. He's like the Undertaker on the night out.
Aye.
Seen that video of him with a Kiwi?
Aye.
He's
What
a
the
Kiwi
fuck?
hole.
Aye, it's at home.
One goal.
God.
What
Aye.
website is that on, man?
It's on YouTube.
Aye.
Some
find it.
sort of
Red
tube
tube, it
anyway.
sounds like that. Jesus Christ.
Right, Aberdeen and Livingston.
Season ticket holder. So.
That's
Not for me.
a hard
It's
one.
a
And
horrible game.
Aberdeen Livy's a hard one because Livy have just been battered.
What's the top when you type in Stevie May in
if I was
YouTube,
to-
Stevie
Oh,
Stevie
the
May.
He
Stephen
staked in Stevie May.
Stephen Glass will be in charge, I think.
Aye,
He
we
went-
first game.
Oh,
He went in
is
this
he-
week.
is he-
I think
Aye,
Aberdeen
aye.
will win this. I think it'll be 1-0 Aberdeen.
Aye,
I think
probably.
Livy have just fallen away big time.
Aye, but is the cup again, so we might see something different. I don't know.
Right, here I'm going to live reaction. Right, live reaction.
Oh.
Right, so here it is.
Yeah, I don't like the look at it.
Just shoves the whole thing in his
One goal, it's gone.
He looks like he's
Look, it's gone, it's gone!
It's
One goal!
Gone.
fucking hell, man.
So we're talking Doc Martens, we're talking Stevie May. I'm going to go Livy. I'm going Martindale's Livy. Just as a shocker, I think Glass is going to get off here. No, do you know what? No, I can't. It's Glass is winning. Glass is winning. Aberdeen win.
How did he?
Still thinking
His
about
I know.
esophagus must be like that, man. Fucking hell.
honking in it. Honking.
Why did he post that on his Instagram? Was it a challenge
It's
thing
an
or
old
something?
thing, it's been about for years.
Was
that
it?
video.
Aye, has been. I think it was his first spell at St George's.
That was back when he used to be a decent footballer.
Aye, so he could do whatever he wanted.
Aye, wouldn't score goals.
Aye.
Now if he'd done that, he'd be outcast.
Aberdeen. That's what I'm going for.
1-0 Dons for me.
See, 1-0,
Come on, the
written all in it
Dons.
either way. Or a 0-0, I don't know.
That's extra time penalties.
Wait till you see. Wait, I
Aye.
guarantee you Stephen Glass turns Johnny Hayes into the best winger this country's ever seen.
The way he's looking,
The way he's looking.
that club's best ever player.
That comes this up.
I think Stephen Glass will do a wonderful job at Aberdeen, by the way. Telling you.
I'd said that as well.
Based on
And
what?
you didn't even fucking believe me.
Based
We
on-
argued about this in the last
For
one.
about
No,
20
no, we
minutes.
didn't argue
No,
about
it was
that.
about Scott Brown.
It was about the fact that you said he didn't need someone, and then he's gone. And he's obviously Stephen Glass agreed with me because he went and got Alan Russell on beside him. But yeah, we didn't argue about that at all. So pipe down. Based on the fact that you speak on film's captain, I just love Stephen Glass. So no other reason. I'm a bit like you with
There you
this
go.
choice. No logic behind it,
Yeah.
just feeling.
Just feeling, just sheer emotion.
I see you
Just
based all
like
your
goes
predictions.
all my choices are
Yeah.
made on sheer emotion.
Aye, but 1-0 Aberdeen. There you go.
There you go.
Spent far too long in this game considering how boring it's going to be. And we haven't actually talked about the game. We've just talked about other stuff.
Talked about shoes.
Yeah.
We've got one more game to talk about then. To finish it up. Stranraer. So not against the Hibs.
Hibs got battered on my hate Stranraer.
It's got to be.
So now I said about McCutcheon, obviously they fucked it the week
Aye.
before. See last week, my other Coutton, they fucked that as well if I never cashed out. So Stranraer
Yeah,
went back
4-0 Hibs for me.
6-0.
How many-
Nisbet hat-trick.
Yes, love the shite.
Nice bit of hat trick.
Aye.
For Kev.
Talk to me.
Oof.
What you say?
Top 30 to me.
I'm saying 5-0 Hibs.
So I
4, 5, 6.
Aye.
4, 5, 6.
My boots good and baby's driving me crazy. Watching that. As well.
So aye, that was it. That was nice. Fantastic. That's all the games covered for the Scottish Cup this weekend. You've got a championship show coming out before
But we're
this.
going to do score predictions on that really quickly.
We're going to do score predictions on,
Yeah.
on the championship.
Alloa can get relegated this week. This
Yep.
weekend they play Wraith Rovers at home.
Rafe Rovers at home.
Alloa have to win all their games and hope results go through. Alloa are down, but
2-0
Wraith will consolidate second.
3-0 Rafe.
Yeah, I think I said. I don't know what I said. I don't need to do predictions actually because I did in the championship show. Arbroath against Ayr. Both teams stuck on 36 points, I
that's a good
think,
game.
and both. So Arbroath, Ayr, and Morton are all tied on points. Battle to avoid ninth.
I
It's a
think Big
massive
Dick's
game.
going to come out the day.
Big Dick.
Wait, what? What
Big
did I just say?
Big Dick's
I
going
think
to
the
come
big
out
dick's
today,
going to come out today.
Oh, we can't talk about Gallagher on here.
Sure, sure.
No, I think Big Dick's going to come out on top in this one. 1-0.
Welcome to TSF Uncensored.
I think
TSF After Dark.
After dark.
I've got Arbroath 1-0 by the way.
Yeah, I backed Arbroath as well.
Who is their manager now again?
It is David Hopkin.
That's
Full
right, David
hockey
Hopkin.
ball
David
is in
Hopkins.
full flow.
Aye.
The most awful football you're ever going to see in your life, by the way.
I'm going to go for a... Do you know what? Big Dick. 1-0.
Nice.
1-0 Big
Big
Dick.
fans of Big Dick around this table.
Yep, exactly.
Whoa, nice.
It's like that guy that asked the Rangers fans,
like
you like Dick?
Dick,
Oh, I like Dick, I like Dick.
That's
Dunfermline Queen of the South.
Dunfermline Queen of... that's
I went Queen of the South.
2-1 Queen of the South.
I think that's what I said. I think I said 2-0.
Dunfermline Queen of the South.
Yeah.
I'm going back your lads.
Oh, it's a 0-0 one each.
Silly.
Like
I'm
that's
going to go
Silly
1-0 Dunfermline.
Silly man. Inverness Dundee. Inverness are obviously ahead of us, trying to get. This is on Tuesday night. These games. Inverness Dundee. Dundee are probably going to get third. Inverness
Dundee
going for
2, Inverness 1.
There's a lot of draws in that league, so I'm going to go 0-0.
But if Dunfermline beat Queen of the South, that'll put a bit of pressure on Inverness. I wonder if that maybe will change things. But you're going to say, what do you say?
I'll go 0-0, mate.
2-1 Dundee.
Nice. Morton Hearts means fuck all really. Morton, I need a result, but
Did you
against
even
Hearts,
give a prediction for that?
I've done them all in the Championship.
Oh,
so
right,
no point
okay,
doing it.
right.
Well, Hearts just battered Alloa.
I think Hearts still need performances and results to get fans on side though.
Exactly,
So I think they're
so-
not
Hearts 2-1.
2-0.
guys
No,
play for
Hearts.
contracts too.
Hearts
I think
2-1.
I also predicted Hearts. League One really quickly. Partick Thistle Montrose.
1-0 Partick.
We upturning to form from Thistle recently.
1-0 Partick.
I'll
Super
go
Joe's flying by the way.
Yeah, 1-0
Oh,
Partick. Right, move on.
okay. Clyde Dumbarton. What did you say? 1-0 as well.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0 Partick.
Clyde Dumbarton.
David
David McKinney's team Dumbarton.
Oh, do you know what? I'll
2-1 The Rock.
I'll go 1-0 to the Suns.
Did you see that photo of Dumbarton Stadium was doing the rounds today?
No, but the beautiful.
Oh, it
gorgeous.
just looks unbelievable.
Gorgeous.
The Rock in the background,
I
unbelievable.
got drone shots.
There's a Twitter page with like the Dumbarton Brazil supporters club.
What?
Oh, they've got the young Suns and all, ultras.
Aye, they do.
Aye,
They're on
2-1 Dumbarton.
East 5 Peterhead.
you know-
3-1 East 5.
Oh, Jesus. Peterhead have been doing no bad, to be fair, but East 5 might be just too much for them.
And
So
one
2-0.
of the games of the weekend, Cove Rangers against Falkirk.
Good game.
Falkirk 1-0.
1-0.
2-1 Cove. I
Go
didn't,
Cove?
I didn't do it in these games in the Championship. So. Young Cove. And then finally League 2 Stranraer Steny. 6-0 Steny.
Fuck, mate. 2-0 Steny. I'm hoping it's 6-0 though.
1-0 Steny.
Aaron Brecon. If Brecon have got any hope, they need to win this game.
Aaron are going to win.
Although they did score against Queen's Park the weekend, which I was very surprised
They need to
at.
win. I think Aaron are like 6 points ahead of them or 7 points ahead of them.
Aaron 1. Aaron 2-0.
Yeah,
Aaron two.
I'm going to back
Three
Brecon
nil.
because I love Brecon
What?
to stay up. I want to stay up.
He's
I
got
don't,
such
mate.
a-
I went no. Fuck off.
I've never been and I really want to go.
Your Borough Rangers are Celtic Hearts up there,
Such a
and I'm
weird
Ah, but send
fascination.
Aaron down.
Is that why? Right.
Right, Cownby Stirling.
Cownby Stirling.
Sounds like-
Oh, that's
2-1 Cownby.
That's stinky,
Blue
innit?
Brazil.
Stinker.
That is stinky, innit?
I was a Stirling
1-0.
fan of my stream last night. 2-1
Didn't
to the Blue Brazil. Edinburgh City, Queen's Park. Oh, that's a wee bit tasty.
That's a good game.
Queen's Park.
I say Queen's Park. Too strong.
Do you know
2-0.
what? Shocker. 1-0
Nah, I
Edinburgh
don't
City.
see it, mate.
I don't think that's a massive
If
shocker.
Edinburgh go ahead, to be fair, but nah.
And then Elgin against Albion Rovers. It'll be Elgin for me, I think.
It's going
Aye, okay, aye.
Right.
That's it. So
2-0
that's all the
Elgin.
predictions. We fired through them awful quick. Yeah, fucking folk will try keep up.
Mate, exactly.
Have you got a quiz?
I've got a quiz.
Fire through some questions.
How
Like
people say
I've
Scottish
got a
people
quiz.
talk
I'll
so
fire through
fast.
some questions really
We
quickly.
do speak very fast.
Yes.
All three of us.
Oh,
speak
I'm
very
ridiculously bad for that, by the way. See when I'm doing like.
Fucking hell, man.
Which my hair?
See when I just focused on the speed of you there, you were like,
You
fucking
do.
the
Sometimes I'm
flash.
sitting here like I get all the time in my comment section. Fucking hell. So
But
I'm
see,
sorry.
I do.
Sorry.
I do it when I'm nervous as well. See, like at press doing post-match interviews, if I'm asking a manager a question, holy fuck, and I just stumble over my words. It's horrific. Yeah.
just
yeah.
take your time. Calm down.
Adam Kennedy asks, how happy are we to see Hearts in the top flight?
Very unhappy.
Aye. Well, it is what it is. Don't really.
Unhappy.
Nice to see the wee teams get back in the top flight though.
No,
I think having the biggest.
It'll be-
I was
they're
just
not
about to
there.
say the complete opposite of you. Having the biggest teams back in the league
The way-
can only be good for the
Yeah,
league.
but
So.
the way it's gone, Hearts will be going right back down. Fuck's sake.
Well, to be fair, man. Aye.
They need
I
to
think
invest.
surely, see the way Nielsen done it the first time.
He should do what he done to Dundee United.
They had a young team and they were playing decent stuff. And then
Mate, they were
now
third
they're
when he
just
left.
using they're just using all the old
Oh,
players.
guys,
Rather,
Michael
do you know what I mean?
Smith, Stephen A. Smith.
They even brought
or-
Berra
Michael
back in.
Smith's their
It took
best
until-
player though. That's the
I know, but
bizarre
that's a
thing.
bit. How
Boys
long
Sands-
can they? How
Boys
long?
is-
How
Boys
long
scored
can
in
they
Smith
rely
as
on
well,
these
come
guys?
through.
You know, how long can they?
Well, I mean, I
Especially at top, like now, that's a big jump.
Boyce is obviously going to be there. Gordon will be there. They're vital. They have been
Aye.
vital. I think Hearts need to reinvest though, big time. But Hearts fans are aware that's where they want Nielsen out. This is an interesting question. Cam asked, goal of the season so far. That's kind of,
Oh, well, just in the league competition.
I will go for the SPFL if anything jumps out.
So no European, because Ruth was the one that jumps out.
We'll
that
keep
was
it-
obviously
we'll keep it
Europa.
domestic, I think.
So you know, see,
Um,
obviously the goals that stick out to me is the Rangers goals, like the Jermaine Defoe goal for Tav for the halfway line, and he just passes it in. Was
What was that
vintage.
one that went?
Ryan Jack's volley
That was
was
a cracker.
stupendous.
What was the one that went
good.
viral? And it was like, oh, if Barcelona scored this, the world would go mad. And it was
Wraith's got a
lovely,
cracker against us
lovely
last week.
passion football.
Aye, they did.
Wraith's got a cracker against us. Derby.
Aye,
think
against
you-
Dunfermline.
Maybe that one. J. Manuel Thomas got a cracker for Livy.
Yeah.
That one really just flicks up, just the
Oh,
Henri.
aye, that
But that
was
didn't even get nominated for Goal of the Month, which I
Did
thought
it
was
not?
bizarre. I'm trying to think what else there was. Nothing else really jumped
That
out.
Obviously,
one that jumps out, the V's the one passing the ball about, and I can't think.
Passing the
what it
ball
is.
about.
Passing the ball a bit. Oh, it was nice.
The one that sticks out to me with the passing the ball. But
We'll have to do some research that for an end of season kind of
it's
stuff.
too hard to think off the top of your head. You need to look at these things.
The Ryan Jack volley was beautiful.
Who was that against? I can't remember.
So was Jermaine Defoe's, but they're left fit. Surely you've got one that sticks out for you, no? No.
Anything by Edward.
Anything.
Usually his goals are nice.
Aldo McNaught asked us something we haven't talked about, the Neil Lennon video.
Christ, it's just one of these ones. There's no point taking presumptions. And
everything that's wrong with social media. First of all, the videoing of him, then posting it. Then
the worst part is the fact that somebody's video that while also antagonising him and then posting it. Like, you can only hope that the guys went down south to take advantage of the pubs being open. He's just maybe had one too many and it's ended up being in that situation. Hope, of course, he's okay.
Context is massive as well. You don't know the entirety of the context, but
you know,
from outside looking in, the guy recorded, it does look.
Cameras, we just keep going.
It didn't look great. It didn't look like it was in a good place, but we've all been there. Like,
but then also,
Alan McCoy done a statement coming out saying he's been in a similar
look, we've
situation.
all been. I've been in worse states.
Here's my thing though. Like,
I don't know if I've been.
Well, to be fair though, see if I've had a day in the pipes, I'm absolutely blazing, and someone comes up and starts having a go at me, I probably wouldn't look too good either.
Is that what happened in the original?
I'm a little bit jumping to conclusions, but it did look like the guy was kind of having a go at him a little bit.
Or maybe just a different.
So immediately,
because you can hear that in one of the videos, you can hear like a lassie shouting in the back, like, why did you say that, something like that, and she's not talking to Lenny. I'm sure that's what she says. I'm the one. Look, at the end of the day, I hope he's all right. I hope everything's good. But it's one of those ones. Let's not jump to conclusions and kind of label it as this or that. Lenny might just be waking up. And thinking to yourself, fuck me, what a night that was, and
right
on with it, you know.
A couple of questions. Scott Dill asks, who's the best looking at 3 years?
Don't know. There you go, Dave.
I'm not going to claim
answer.
This.
What is that? Because you expect me not to say me? Is that what it is?
Neither.
I would say that John McGinn, up there.
It's definitely not me.
Definitely not me.
It's definitely not him.
It's you then, fuck it.
I'll take it. It's definitely not me.
Well done.
But a bunch of beautiful specimens, that's all that matters.
Well done. They've won the war.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you decide in the comments.
Won the war, right to the war, brilliant.
Right, Robbie Legion of Hasbro, what a great name that is. This is a really interesting question. One position from Rangers, Celtic and Fulham you would strengthen, and who
all
would you
of
bring in?
them.
One position.
All
and who would you bring in?
Who would I bring in? I would.
My goodness.
That's a good question.
Great question.
That's a good question. I would go for replacing the departing Odsonne Edouard if he goes right now.
It's easier for you, man.
Just because this is
because everyone's fucking leaving.
Because it's off the top of my head and I don't have time to think. Edouard leaves, we replace him, the none other than Jordan Larson. There you go.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean Jesus Christ? Dortmund are tapping him up.
You could have said McGinn.
Actually, we're still going to go to Celtic then.
McGinn for Brown.
Well, no tapping him up, apparently I'm watching it.
Is that like a realistic person?
Larson, I would go realistic, aye. Jordan Larson, 12 goals,
would you like to go against Ivan Toney?
Moscow this season. What, £40 million Ivan Toney?
Is that what they want for him?
Probably.
Well, he's buying the goals.
They sold Ollie Watkins. They sold Ollie Watkins for 30.
I keep forgetting how much goes on to transfer players.
No, Jordan Larson to replace Edouard.
I would change the manager and I'd bring in some big random German guy. So excited.
Turned back against Crawford.
I've not. Stevie.
Big random German guy.
I love Stevie. I've backed him so much all the time.
Well,
we've got German owners now, so.
Joachim Löw needs a job.
That's the dream, is to get some big German guy in.
Joachim Löw needs a job after the
summer. He's retired now, he's got plenty of money, I think. Oh mate, it's hard eh? The one that sticks out to me is maybe a Cam, like the third midfielder that's just got that.
Because it's
just bit of something.
They change that a lot, don't they? Whether it's a Rebo, Hadji or
Barfield. They're obviously all really good, but if there was somebody else in there that was just absolutely the way Connor Goldson's performed this season, just that kind of player.
I also like Doig. I would maybe say Doig as well.
Young boy Doig.
But he's coming as a starting left back.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that then? Because I seen on another show they were talking about the boy Doig and how he should stay for another couple of seasons, but surely if Leicester come calling, you go.
Rodgers would play him.
Even if he doesn't play, he goes down and he tries to challenge himself.
I think these days have been players been scared to go have gone. You just have to look at Aaron Hickey, Billy Gilmore going down there doing well. I think
he's a good player.
The training, the manager.
He would be Celtic starting left back for me.
I think he's very, very good.
It was good watching him versus Patterson in the last game. Patterson get the better of him in the game and stuff, but both of them really.
Gerrard was full of praise, but you hear what Gerrard called him? Gerrard called him Diog. It was horrific.
Diog.
He was like the boy Diog, and I was like, Stevie, stop it.
Been up the West End, didn't he?
You got a feel for Josh Doig, try to be a left back and the fucking try to get the national team will be a nightmare for him for a few years.
No, but
well, Greg Taylor's
see,
in there.
you've definitely,
no
got
far
that
him.
impression of what I always had as Jordan Larson. Oh, it's just because he's Larson's boy. He's not. He's genuinely. So when you look, what brilliant player, what a player. He's got to be big. He's got to be a big player. Take
What age is he
after his dad, 24, I think.
You seen him play much?
Should he not already be a big
See,
player?
I've been watching bits and bobs him for Spartak since he started.
Have you seen him in a game though? That's what
I've
you
not
really...
watched the 90 minutes. It's hard to get a hold of 90 minutes of Russian football.
Premier Sports, probably.
I don't think they do the Russians.
Who does Russian football?
Don't do the Russians. Nobody, I don't think.
Probably find it the
It's
same
the
website
I'll
that you
know
found
where to
that
find
Stevie
it.
May video.
It's the same website you find most Russians, to be honest.
Oh, right. What's that one?
What's that called?
As well. It's okay.
Is that the same website?
Fake Russian.
Same website you found the Stevie May video on.
That's what I said.
I'm trying to think if there's any other.
No, but like Jordan Larson, what a player he's going to turn out to be, I think.
Should he not already be a player at 24 though?
Should he's Dan is he 24?
23, 24.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I feel
thought
like
he
he's
was
been a young talent for
I was
ages.
gonna say,
Well, you've got to remember, he's playing for one of the top teams in Russia. Russia's a top 9 nation, a top 8 nation.
keep going.
Like, this is a big league. No, you gotta
Decent,
remember
it's a
that.
decent league.
It's just outside the top
decent
5. It's
league.
much
So
he's
better
a
than
striker
Scotland,
and he
Spartak Moscow. He scored 12 goals and got 9 assists this season.
In how many games?
I'm not sure about the games.
Stats do man nothing as well, but that's a decent return.
Right, quiz time.
Quiz time. Is that it? Is that a question done? Aye.
Aye.
Right, okay, as always, I'm the host of the quiz. One day I'll get to play again. But I'm excited. He's ready. So last time who won? It was you, wasn't it?
I can't remember everything.
Who won the last one?
Was it a Scottish quiz? Was it no?
It was
I won
me.
it.
No, I think it was me.
No, I won the Scottish quiz, I'm
Fuck
sure.
off, it was me.
No, I.
You won the time before.
You won the time
You
before,
won with the
because
Che
you won
Adams.
you won the aye. He won the last
I
one,
won
'cause you won-
comfortably and I doubled around it and won again. I'll give you a
What, the
doing.
last game?
Yeah.
Don't talk shit.
I'll give you
The
a doing.
Scottish one, I was good in
I
that
think
one.
I gave you a doing in that one.
You won because the last question was how many goals has Che Adams scored in
Right,
the Premier
well,
League?
look, listen,
Oh,
we'll
God,
just
Some bullshit.
we're going to be using one from the SFA website, and it is questions.
Jesus. This could go one of two ways.
Questions from those associated with a Scottish Cup final. That is your topic
Something I know loads
for
about.
today. Yep, exactly. You've been here, what, 2? Yep.
I've not been to two, but we've been to two in my lifetime.
Aye, well. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. They've actually been submitted by different people amongst the game, so it's actually quite cool. So Darryl Curry's got the first question.
Oh, aye.
So Darryl Curry's got a quiz
Lovely
for Davey.
fella. Lovely fella.
So who's? Oh, aye, we don't know. Right. So since you won the last time, heads or tails, David?
Heads.
Heads or tails? Just to see who.
It's always
It's
isn't it?
heads.
It's always
So do
heads.
you want set A or set B?
City.
Set A. So you've got Darryl Curry's question. You're up first.
Me and Daryl are big pals.
Big pals, you and
Like
Darryl.
Good guy, good
Right,
guy. He's
how-
everywhere, isn't he? He's
Oh,
like
it's-
water.
Mate,
because he's
I'm-
a freelancer,
It's
isn't
been about 10 months since I asked him to come on the show, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll definitely do it one day once." He's got loads. He said he'll do. I don't think he's gone through any of them yet. He's just the fucking busiest man in Scottish football.
How many times did a Scottish Cup final go to a second replay?
Oh,
Jesus
How
Christ.
many times
Whatever.
ever has it went to a replay rather than extra time?
It's quite a few times because I think the film would have been 2 in the 60s. So I'm gonna say 11 times. Stabbing the
11
back.
times is your guess.
Complete stabbing the
that
back.
is hard. That question.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're having a bit of a fucking nightmare here because the answers are not loading. The answers are just not loading. It says
Extra editing for you.
the internet has died. The internet has just went off.
Oh, it has as well.
Fantastic.
I'd
Right.
have said 12 by the way.
I'll need to-
4G. Yeah.
Entertain, talk.
Aye.
talk
I'd have
away.
said 12. But
Entertain's
that's
fine,
a hard question.
I feel like this quiz is going to be difficult.
Right, well, do you want me to make it easier and give you the A, B, C or D's?
Well, the ABC, and you didn't fucking give them
Nah, I
this.
thought you might have known.
Well, do we want the ABC or D's?
Nah.
Nah.
No,
Just
you don't
fucking
want
go
them.
for
Ew,
it.
fuck. We're
Don't want them.
sounding hard, you know.
Right, got my hotspot on. Very quickly connect it. I can't find it.
Oh, are you still stalling here?
Mate,
I was. I was.
this is a disaster.
So
This.
that Russian
Maybe
leader,
Scotland at the
Stalin.
Euros then.
Joseph Stalin.
Joseph?
Is that his name?
Joseph
Is that his name?
Stalin.
Oh right. I was in our conversation. No, I was talking about Russian people for that website. He was
Oh wait, I think we're back on. I think we're on the air. I think we're here. Right,
On the
we're
air.
here. We're on the air. We're back. Right, so you said 10.
I said 11.
11.
Thank
11. Your answer was 11. The correct answer is only 4.
Oh, fuck.
4.
I think the film would have been 2 of them, by the way. Interesting.
So there you go. 4 is the correct answer. Div to
Jeez,
take
oh.
the lead.
Ah,
This question was submitted by Alistair Lamont of the BBC. Which team was the last to beat Celtic in a Scottish Cup tie over 90 minutes?
Well, thanks, Alistair, for the question. Firstly,
The last team to beat Celtic in a Scottish Cup tie over 90
My
and I
knowledge
think I was
over
at
90
this game,
minutes.
and I think I was at this game.
my knowledge in Celtic is not great.
Over
Not going to lie,
90
but
minutes.
if I had to go with somebody, I
I've
think
got a
this team
guess.
beat Celtic at one point years ago. Inverness.
It's
Was
not
it Morton?
Inverness, no, it's not Morton either. Aberdeen.
Oh, it had been the obvious answer to.
Aberdeen.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Been
I can't
pumped that
remember.
much
I can't
times,
remember.
Morton must have been in the League Cup because that wasn't the
What about Inverness? Was that a semi or something?
Inverness was an option.
That
but
was extra time.
extra time.
Was it?
Extra time. So Aberdeen was the correct answer. Question number 3, David. This one I feel a bit sorry for you because this one's a bit hard.
Hey mate, you done it.
Submitted by Stephen McManus of Celtic's coaching staff. In the 1974 League Cup final, Dixie Deans scored a hat-trick for Celtic in a 6-3 win over Hibs. Which Hibs player also scored a hat-trick that day?
I was hoping the question was going to be because I knew the other player scored a hat. No,
Oh.
I knew the Hibs player had scored a hat trick, but I can't remember who it was. What year was it?
1974.
Stephen Fletcher.
It's been about that long.
I've heard this before, and it's gonna kill me. Just tell me.
Joe Harper.
Fuck. I knew the Hibs player was going to hat trick.
So still 0-0. Div to take the lead here. This question was submitted by Diageo Drink IQ.
Oh, Diageo, they're flying.
Who's a sponsor? What is the furthest? What is the furthest a Highland League side has ever made it in the Scottish Cup?
Oh yeah, what a question
That's
that
a
is.
fucking mental
The
question.
furthest round they've ever made it to the Scottish Cup.
Right, okay. Oh Jesus!
This is not that difficult because you've only got.
I would say
you've only got a few choices anyway. For
You
a
think?
guess. Well, for a guess, it's not that hard.
Aye, round 4.
I
Round
was gonna say
4,
four
which
as well.
would be
Last 16.
This
Last
round.
16.
It's got to be quarters in it.
quarterfinals.
Why?
And who was it, do we know?
I was going to go
Doesn't say.
quarters, but I thought that's a bit too.
Wonder if it was
stretch.
Inverness back in the day, or if it's that season
Think I
recently.
should.
Well, there you go. Question number 3. We're still at 0. That was question number 3 for you.
Hard
Still at
questions,
0-0. Scottishman. This was submitted by a fan, Mr. Derek Robertson. Thanks, Derek. Scottishman Donald Coleman invented the dugout in the 1930s. Which club installed them first?
What the fuck are we on about here?
This has been asked before.
Aberdeen.
You should know it is Aberdeen.
What?
Aberdeen. Correct.
I honestly
first
didn't-
time we ever have a dugout.
I don't know why I knew that, but
Dugout.
Fair
First
to
one.
his Aberdeen.
Right, okay. Bobby Madden submits this question. So, he's refereeing on Sunday. Bobby
Love
Madden.
you, Bobby.
I
you like
refereed.
the Bobby.
Fuck you, Bobby. I mean,
I refereed the first of my many 154
Oh, he's fancying himself.
I know. Can you start again?
Right.
At the time, I refereed the first of my 154 Premiership games in 2011. How many direct red cards have I issued? Now, this is a bit of a pants question.
Right, no, Jesus, how many reds?
I'll give you options because this is.
No, I don't like options.
But,
Fuck
but
it.
this was
I
this
can
was
make an
this was
educated
made
guess.
in May 2020.
Right.
Okay.
May
As if
2020.
as
so,
if that's hindering
Aye,
his
because
game.
I had my spreadsheet ready and to this date. But I was trying to eliminate
right,
the.
okay, I'll give you if you get it within 2. If you get it within 2, you get it right.
Right.
So since 2011.
So if you're 2 above or
How
2
many,
under,
right? And he's done how many games?
this was 154 at the point.
154
Direct red cards.
games.
If you get it 2 above or 2 under,
I know
you
that
get
John Beaton gives out the most cards, yellows
Loves
and
a
reds.
cheese slice.
He loves a cheese slice, that boy. I don't think Bobby Madden's up there with the most, like, harsh in the league. So out of 154 games, I believe he has gave 28 red cards.
Oh, 24.
Oh, I was going to say 26.
24. So close.
But yeah, so far.
What a speech before that,
I
there,
know. I was actually when you said 20, I was like, he's that.
Fucking goosebumps. just listening to it.
26 was up there, I love it. Oh.
Right, okay, David, to go up 2 now to make it a bit more comfortable for yourself. And this was submitted by Kenny Miller.
Thanks, Kenneth.
Which player said it's too hot for football as he walked up the tunnel at half time in the 2009 Scottish Cup final?
Can I get this question?
So Rangers played in it. Was that the final national squad? I think it was, wasn't it? So he's national squad against Queen's South that day, didn't he? So who did he come on for at half time? I'm guessing it was who he came on for at half time. So 2009 Rangers team.
Which player said it's too hot for football as he walked up the tunnel at half time?
Oh, maybe he didn't come off then.
The
Aye, okay.
2009 Scottish Cup
So
final.
who would have been up front for Rangers that day? I'm trying to think of a foreigner. No, that wouldn't be a foreigner. It'd be a Scottish player, wouldn't it? If it was too hot for football. Oh, dude.
Now, see, to be honest, it
Well,
says,
foreign could be anywhere.
see, to be fair, it
Might be
says
sunny.
to be fair, it says it is too hot for football. I've just put it in mine.
No, I know, but like if you're from Spain, you're not going to say it's too hot in Glasgow to play football, are you?
No, it was it was like 25, 30 degrees that day, but it was like crazy.
I'm just trying to
40
think.
degrees actually. It was 40 degrees.
Fuck off. Davy Weir.
Some say 50 nearly.
Davy Weir.
No.
Why would Davey would never say it was Chris Boyd?
Chris Boyd, correct.
Oh fuck,
Can I
that's
get a point
such
for
an
that?
easy
Yeah, you
answer.
don't.
How do I not get that, man?
There's no
Davey was about
rebounds.
45 now.
No rebounds in a penalty shootout.
Benjamin
Okay.
Button at the back.
Right, Stephen Cragen submits this question for
Like
you.
Carly Tote.
Which of these clubs has only won the Scottish Cup once? Is it A, Partick Thistle, B, Clyde, C, Motherwell, or D, Dunfermline Athletic?
Let's cut up there again. Oh my god.
That's one, but we're going to have to go audio only. We went over.
I'm disgusted that you even. Oh, you might not get this.
Right, thanks, Stephen. Who's only won it once?
Partick Thistle, Clyde, Motherwell, or Dunfermline?
Can you say Dunfermline one more time, please?
Fuck you.
Partick Thistle, Clyde, Motherwell, or Dunfermline?
Fuck off.
You done bait me, I think, but I'm still just going with Dunfermline.
Fucking won it twice,
Clyde!
No, it was League Cup. I thought it was Thistle.
Partick.
Was
Partick.
Is it?
Thistle.
Oh, no.
Thistle's the correct answer. Thistle's
Oh, well.
the one
I knew you. I knew
I knew
had
you were
there.
baiting me, mate, but I just
still
still
went
had
for
to
it.
go
Right,
for it.
okay, right. So,
1 and 2,
to
you know.
secure your win.
It's not a big difference, 1 and 2.
This could secure your win here. You ready? You ready?
Is it not 2-0?
No, it's
Was
only
it?
1 0.
Oh,
1 0.
fuck.
And David, you ready?
Go for it.
In 2012, Hearts beat, and this was Brian McLaughlin who submitted this.
5-1.
In 2012, Hearts beat Hibs 5-1 in the Scottish Cup
They never
final.
fucking stop going on
How
about that.
many times had they faced each other in the Scottish Cup final before this?
Oh, it's easy.
Is it?
Aye.
They faced each other in the semi-final in 2006, I remember, before Hearts played Gretna.
Was it 6?
It was the year they beat Gretna in the final. Well, it wasn't in the final anyway.
So in 2012, Hearts beat Hibs 5-1 in the Scottish Cup final. How many times
Never.
have they faced each other in the final? Never.
Aye.
No, once.
Fuck!
One time.
Season,
One
mate.
time.
How was it easy? When was it?
Right. Right. This is huge, right?
34.
And finally,
44. During the war.
finally, right? The last question to take it to a sudden death question.
Can I get a Chris Boyd question?
This was submitted by the Scottish Football Museum. Funnily enough,
A museum putting a question?
curated. That museum was curated.
I've been there.
It was
Very good.
So vast,
curated
everything.
by my old one of the old English teachers in my school.
Right,
Oh,
move on.
do I give him a shout out?
Big Jed O'Brien.
Big Jed. Whoa.
Big Jed O'Brien.
Jed O'Brien.
Big Jed O'Brien. That's
Right.
him. Right. When was the last time?
Well, it's a Catholic school.
Hamden, you've got 4 options for this as
That
well.
was the way.
You've got 4 options for this. When was the last time Hampden Park hosted a crowd of over 100,000 people?
Alright, okay.
Your options: A, 1971 for the Scottish Cup final replay between Celtic and Rangers. B, 1972 for Scotland versus England. C, 1973 in the Scottish Cup final once again between Rangers and Celtic. Or D, 74 for once again Scotland against England.
I think I know
That
this.
is hard as fucking
I think I know this.
anything.
So it's either a derby or it's either a...
I thought it was going to be easier because I know that
Scotland.
Hampden, I believe, has got 3 out of the 5 top
That's
like
it,
attendances
aye.
of all time ever in football.
Celtic and Leeds is the biggest, I'm sure. Celtic and Leeds is half anyway. We're going audio only.
So it is fucking sharp as
audio
hell.
It's only a camera.
Machine gun.
No, I thought
Machine
everything
gun.
cut
You ever
out
seen
there.
that video? Have you ever seen that video of Ed Miliband and the wee old woman? And she goes like,
Oh, yeah.
what are we gonna do about these?
Machine gun.
No, but what are we gonna do about these bloody Tories? I know, machine gun him. Oh god.
Right. Oh! You dirty bastard! Fucking confiscating that.
I had my phone out there
You're
by the way.
lucky
Westy,
the camera's off.
Right, okay.
You get it returned once you've given an answer.
Right,
I'll just
71, 72, 73 or
How far did you
We'll
get?
go 72.
Last time.
A great year. 70,
I think it was 74. I think
Both
Richard.
wrong.
No,
1973 Celtic against
Ah,
Rangers,
fuck.
which means David, you win 1-0.
You better-
But
You better get searching for a question.
would you want to go double or nothing?
course, why
Double
not?
or
It's
nothing?
the
Well, 1 or
rules, isn't
nothing,
it?
right?
Aye.
Okay.
Even though they were playing for fuck all, so I'm doubling nothing apart from my pride.
1-0 net.
Right, okay.
And the penalty shootout. It's great viewing.
Scottish Cup final question.
Oh,
Oh, what, are we on the buzzer on this?
Yep, whoever is first to answer will get it right. Okay, so the 2017 Scottish Cup final
for fuck's sake.
Hold on.
contested
Yeah, okay, cool.
between Celtic
Celtic and Aberdeen,
and
yeah.
Motherwell. 2018, sorry.
Hey!
2018 Scottish Cup final contested between Celtic and Motherwell.
Yeah.
I'm not getting this.
Which special guest announced the teams?
Oh my god, Celtic Motherwell.
Who announced the teams?
What, like, on the park?
On the park, who was the one that announced the teams? Which special guest?
Greta Thunderberg.
What's she doing at Celtic? Well,
Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds are goal.
Which you just don't know this.
I was going to say Rod, but
I know.
I'll start giving you clues.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
The Queen.
Aye, that was right. Aye.
That's the reception you got that day.
Fuck yeah, I was like Thatcher.
Aye, did it, me.
Right, I'll start giving you clues. I can't believe you don't know this. Which special guest? Right, okay.
Neither of us probably watched
Okay.
it. That's probably why.
Well, keep
Scott McDonald.
No.
Fuck.
Not football related as your first guess. Okay.
Aye, well.
Just give us a bit more.
Second clue. Sorry, first clue. Second clue. American.
American.
Gerald Butler.
No.
Basically American.
Oh, good shout. You know he's Scottish.
Third clue. Very involved with one of the combat sports.
Dana White? Vince McMahon?
No,
Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer's the correct answer. There you go.
Oh,
Michael
wow,
Buffer.
that was the
Let's
easiest
get
question
ready
ever.
to rumble.
That was so easy.
I almost said Bruce Buffer.
I thought it was like no, that was his job there to be the announcer, you know. Because you said special guest, I thought
Special guest announcer
Someday,
Michael
you know.
Buffer.
Big Buffer.
There you go. That's it.
In fact, it was Bruce Buffer.
No, it was Michael.
It was Bruce.
It was Michael, mate.
It was Bruce.
Bruce is, it's time!
It's time! That's what he said.
Oh, he fucked it, didn't he?
It's a really, really underwhelming cup final, that too.
No, it was not.
It was
It
3
was a
nothing.
good-
Nothing.
2-0.
Another one. Wasn't it 3?
2.
And Chan McGregor and someone else. No.
John McGregor.
Okay.
Well, unlucky, David.
I was here, what a day. What a day. McCluskey's 18th that night.
Aye.
Brilliant. Brilliant day.
Sounds smashing.
Right, well, that's it. That does us all for Talk Scottish Football today. We've been off fucking camera for the last 5-10 minutes, so we better wrap up the show. David, it's been a pleasure as always to
Dave's
have
been
you
naked for the last 10 minutes.
Is it international level?
Is it international level?
Yeah, no Declan
Highland
Gallagher.
League.
Oh, he's just got to the 4th round.
Lads, it's been a pleasure as always. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to Spotify, make sure to do all the best that you can. Share the show out and get as many people listening as possible. Until next time, big week next week, David.
Aye.
Aye, as if they can see it. So aye, just leave it on that.
I'm winking at the camera.
Big week next week.
I'm bigging this up far too much. We said to a couple of regular viewers that we're going to do a couple of things next week, and someone said, are you just changing the fucking stickers in the backdrop? Although they do need a wee bit of a fucking facelift, shall we say.
Right, lads, thanks for listening. See you all next time.